right here in the museum. But I would like to say it has been a pleasure working with you all these years. Psych. Alright, so 21 years I've been in the South area. When I got there, Tom was already there. So you can imagine how many Tommy, Jimmy, Danny, Donna stories I've heard. I'm talking long stories here, people.
That's right.
And I hope you are more interesting than the stories that he tells. Usually stories start out, we're sitting at the sector, kind of like this. You know, I'd be on the radar, he'd usually on the D side. Traffic would be light, you know, so he'd start telling the story. But traffic would pick up, he'd just keep telling the story. Pretty soon I'm busy, but Tommy bought a new aquarium. And now Coach is screaming at me to take my handoffs, but Jimmy's practicing stalls over Lake Michigan. Now I got a Learjet stuck at 12 grand for 40 miles, and Danny's resuscitating some drunk guy in the street. Now I violate Danville's airspace twice. All three of the boys are checking each other into the board. Donna's got the van packed. They're all going to Michigan. Anything to help, Dukes? Thanks, buddy. More than the long stories, I think what I'll remember is his great ability to embrace change. That was sarcasm. I'm glad some of you got it. He didn't want anything to change ever. I don't think he changed his underwear today because the ones he wore yesterday are working just fine. We'd be in an airspace meeting, and it didn't matter what suggestion somebody came up with, good or bad, he'd always shoot them down. He'd say, oh no, we tried this here when I was at the West High over there, and that was in '89 there. You can't change this here, okay? We tried that, it didn't work. So Gary Knapp would have to stand up and say, let's cut this for the day, guys. We'll get back together on Friday. Because Friday's Kooks' day off. So we get back together and we change some stuff, and he'd figure it out on Sunday. There was a change, though, that he did like. It was about 4 years ago, I think. Unfortunately, he was the only one that knew about the change. He thought they changed the separation minimum from 5 to 3 miles. For about a month, he was running with it. He scared the shit out of all of us. I mean, it took Sean Hathaway and Gary Riggle to step up and fix him up. You know, Gary came up and said,
Tom, Gary and I would like to speak to you about something. Go ahead, Gary. Gary.
where'd you go?
Gary, you wanted to say something to Tom?
Yeah, I did. What was it?
About the separation?
Oh yeah. Listen up, boss. Okay, it's 7 miles. You gotta do 7 miles.
It's 5 miles, Gary.
Oh, yeah, it's 5 miles. 5 miles. I told you the wrong thing. Damn it. So, you know, those guys stepped up. They got his head back in the game. But what a lot of people don't realize, there's a physical aspect to this job as well. Gooch was always silky smooth on the trackball and keyboard until one day, he got an on-the-job injury. He succumbed to tennis elbow from rolling the slew ball. Maybe months of therapy and medication couldn't fix him. He had to take the whole slew ball assembly with 2 hands, because this was all gimpy by now. Pick it up and he put it over here. He crossed over. He's a lefty now. Lefty clicker, which now freed up his right hand to remove and replace his glasses after every clearance. But overall, this guy had a pretty squeaky clean career. Occasionally he'd get a little argument on the landline, disputing an SOP or an LOA, which he was always on top of. But just as you thought he was going to get in trouble for that, the supervisor would come around the corner and see Stan, and they figured it was Stan. So he never got in trouble for any of that either.
That was like 3 weeks ago.
So, I mean, his career was so squeaky clean, we sent him in for a nomination to the Vatican. And they responded back to me. They said, we want to send the Pope out here tonight. So, without further ado, here's the Pope. I say again, here's the Pope.
Dios Padre selling all his dominoes. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us on this special evening. Now, I must tell you, when I first received Kukla's nomination for sainthood, I was stunned. I couldn't believe it. An air traffic controller being nominated for sainthood? It's never happened before. Controllers have a hard enough time making it into heaven, let alone becoming saints. So we looked into his qualifications. He's well liked by most of his co-workers. He's a family man. He's raised 3 great children. And he's been married for over 70 years.
Same woman.
So in consultation with my 2 staff priests, Father Baz Milius and Father Guido Milducci, we decided that yes, he should become a saint. So, Father Baz, Father Guido, let us begin the sanctification. Spiritus Sanctus, Dominus Vobiscum, Gruperus Maximus, Aurora Borealis. Father Baz, the hailification. I now pronounce you Saint Kooks of Chicago Center. Patron saint of long stories. Now, as is tradition with most saintings, you will receive 3 gifts. Father Baz? Hang on a second.
Hey, what's the matter, you? Sorry, Your Eminence. Pronounce this.
Hang on a second. I'm going to get the gifts. All right. Hang on a second. All right. All right, the first gift is a pair of the Pope's avocados. If you're ever feeling lonely, just fondle them. All right, the next gift. Hey. The next gift is an